Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as Megan_Babauta_ on Ravelry as Mama Made VM. You can email me at theseattlestitcher@gmail.com. As I say, you are all very, very welcome here. I'm gonna hop right in and go ahead and start with my starts like I do. And I only have one start from the past 3 weeks, and it is this beautiful Stitchy Box pattern. I'll pop a picture on the screen here. This is Sarah Moon 1791. I am doing this as a stitch along with a few of my close girlfriends, and that would be Cam the Stitcher, and I will link her channel below. Marjorie from Marjorie Made, I'll link hers of course as well, and Bridget the Museum Stitcher. So I really love this pattern. This is actually a restart for me. The hashtag that we're using is Sarah Moon Sal, so just nice and simple and easy, but I really loved the pattern, wanted to stitch it again. I wanted to treat myself after we got some bad news about the baby, and I decided that I wanted to get silks for this one. I was talking to Bridget and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so expensive, like really expensive to kit up with the called for silks. And the pattern doesn't tell you how much of each that you need. And, you know, I was going back and forth, like, shouldn't I? And Bridget was like, you should see if Vicki Clayton will do a silk pack for you. So I emailed her. Sure enough, she was willing to do a silk pack, and it's absolutely stunning. So I'll link to her website below where you can purchase for yourself. But I was gifted mine, which is absolutely amazing because obviously, you know, I've been going through it. So this was just such a nice gift and definitely brings me joy every time I look at this beautiful rainbow of silks. Isn't it stunning? And I'm stitching my Sarah Moon on a Fox and Rabbit fabric called Dirt Track. So here's my tiny progress. I just started this on the 27th. The girls and I, we're gonna pull this out every full moon, just because the girl who originally stitched it, her name being Sarah Moon, that's what gave us the idea. But look at the fabric. Isn't it just beautiful? It's stunning. It is like nothing else. It's warm, yet it's cool tone at the same time, because the modeling is like taupe brown. It's not necessarily like really warm brown. I can't describe it. There's not anything quite like it, and that's definitely what pushed me to just go ahead and click purchase, because I have realized the more I get into stitching, like I like these, you know, simple basic Zweigart fabrics. They're a lot cheaper, a lot more affordable, and I can really make the floss speak for itself rather than it being vice versa. With this one though, the colors, it's so hard to find something that every single color popped. And I did feel like all of the colors pop on this fabric. The only one that's close to it is this light brown here. But again, I'm not too worried about it. It just, everything kind of pops with the modeling, and it's just stunning. So I had to copy Bridget. She actually ordered this fabric first. She had done a floss toss because I think she had it in stash, and I absolutely loved it. So yeah, can't say enough good things. This is one of those ones where it was worth it for me. Plus the Vicki Clayton silks being so much more affordable, I probably would have still splurged on the fabric as well, but I was lucky enough to be sent them. So since I saved the buck on the silks because Victoria is just so kind, I was able to purchase myself a beautiful cut of fabric. One thing I will say though about this pattern, and I had watched Cam the Stitcher's video, and she's stitching this as well. She has her own color conversion for it too. I'm gonna go ahead and link down to an Instagram post that she made that has her color conversion. So if you're interested in taking a look, I'll link it there. But all that to say, she had mentioned this too about the pattern. It is really hard to read. I have the printed out version, and it's like printed out from Stitchy Box. It's not like I printed it at home. I'm assuming they have a high grade printer because the print itself is really good. It's the pattern and the symbols that are really hard to read. So I will say, if you do order this and you get the paper chart, it is hard to read. There's a lot of very faint symbols, like very light dash lines. So those are hard to see in general. And I am someone who has poor eyesight, so that's already tricky. And then on top of that, you also have a repetitiveness of symbols. So you will have a right facing triangle that's all the way filled in, a left facing triangle, same shape, same size, all the way filled in, just the same color. And only difference is they're flip-flopped, you know, one facing upwards, one facing downwards. So it's like, that makes it a little bit trickier if you're not paying attention. So you definitely want to focus. It's hard for me to focus. I'm 7 months pregnant. I got pregnancy brain. So I'm hoping I can make it through this stitch. But I also was told, because my girlfriends, they are all doing the PDF chart. It's hard because if you have an Apple device, and that means you use maybe Markup RXP instead of Pattern Keeper, because I think Pattern Keeper is only for Android devices, I believe. All that to say, the chart, the PDF, when you upload it into Markup, none of the symbols are recognized by like Markup. So you have to go in and individually select every single one of your symbols. That's a lot of work. This is a big chart. So I will say that right up front. It's definitely a little bit trickier to read, but it's a beautiful chart. And you guys know I love history. I mean, I just love history. So it being an older chart, it's definitely one of the older ones that I have in my stash, being that it's from the 1790s. I don't know, I really love it. I want it on my walls. I feel like it's one of those ones too that it works for all seasons, because you have like these bright poppy bubblegum pinks, these baby blues, and then you have deep warm browns. I love the mix. Like, I want to know what was happening when this girl was stitching this, you know, like, was this just what her school had? Or did she pick these colors herself, you know? It's always interesting to think, but yeah, that's just a little bit more information about the chart itself, because I wanted to note that in case you're someone who, like myself, has bad eyesight, it might not be the chart for you, but we are stitching it all together. Again, it is the hashtag Sarah Moon Sal. And the girls and I are stitching it every single full moon, because of course her name is Sarah Moon. How perfect is that? But from there, I'm gonna go ahead and move into my whips. The first one being Shepherd's Song. This is a Plum Street sampler. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a picture on the screen, just cause, I don't know, my belly is really like, if any of you guys have kids, you remember when you were pregnant and your belly just felt hard and just, oof, that's how I feel right now. So I'm gonna be inserting all the photos later. But this is my first whip, and this I am stitching on a 32 count Nessie, which is by Picture This Plus. This was my birthday start, so I started this April 28th of this year. And I haven't gotten very much progress. It's just one of those ones that spring's not my favorite season. It really doesn't speak to me the same as winter and fall. Even summer. But I wanted to start something special, and this one really spoke to me because of all the fun flosses. So there is definitely a mix. Like, these are all DMCs, these are Weeks Dye Works, and then I have a bunch of Classic Color Works mixed in here as well. And these are all the called for, but it's just so pretty. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. And again, I'm stitching on Nessie by Picture This Plus. And I think I have a picture of where I was before, so I'll go ahead and pop that on the screen. But here I am now. So I went down and completed the stem. I think I got a little bit more of the leaf, the foliage work here on the border, and I did some fill-in around here as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I love it. I love this color fabric. That's a very true and accurate representation of the shade of teal blue it is. It's just the perfect sky blue, like spring, summer, blue sky. It's so pretty. But yeah, this, I don't know, something about like these ridiculous flowers in some of these Plum Street patterns. I love it. And I love the sheep on this one too, because of course I'm a knitter. I guess I should have said that. I am wearing a hand knit sweater. If I can remember the name of it, I'll include it when I talk about knitting at the end. But yeah, since I knit, it was just like one of those patterns that the sheep in it really spoke to me, and it's just a really cute pattern. This one I have housed in an actual cute bag. My Sarah Moon, I still have it in the plastic bag it came in, but this one is in a project bag that Alexis made for me, and that's Alexis_My_Amazing_World if you wanted to check out her channel as well. There's that one. The next whip that I worked on, I'll again pop a picture on the screen. This is White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrick. I'm using all the called for DMCs, not the silks. And they're just this beautiful, like beautiful array of blues. Let me show you guys what I mean. Isn't that so pretty? It's like almost a forest green. to just these beautiful seafoam teal colors. I'm stitching this on a 30 count Be Stitch Me fabric in the colorway Honey. And I should have a picture of where I was before, so I'll go ahead and pop that on the screen. Here I am now. So really what I did was fill in some of the white there, I believe, and then I did complete this motif and I did outline half of the moth. So that way it's just fill in on this side now, because I got this portion done as well, which connects to the center. But that also is like going into the other page of the chart, this little center motif here. So I really like this piece. I felt like I picked a color fabric that was just really close to the called for on the cover. And it's really pretty. It's just a nice warm, it really is true to the color name, Honey. It's very pretty. I don't know where I left off. I had like a coughing fit and had to stop the video for a second. But anyways, really love the pattern, really love the project. It's a fun one, so there's that. The next project that I picked up is Seasons of Friendship Quaker. I'll pop a picture on the screen for this one. This is one that I had to call a shop called Dying to Stitch to purchase the pattern. I think that they're the only retailer in the US that sells this chart. So it definitely was one of my unicorns. I'd seen it forever ago, before I was even a stitcher, and I loved it. But I was only a knitter at the time. I had no idea what stitching was. I just knew I loved the look of this style of pattern. So it's kind of fun that now that I am a stitcher, all these years later, I'm getting to work on this piece. So this one, I am stitching with this awesome shade of color and cotton floss called Dracula. It's just this awesome variegated red. Love that. I'm stitching it on a 40 count Antique White by Zweigart. So floss is speaking for itself here for sure. I'll pop a picture of where I was before, but here I am now. So I have reached the halfway point of the chart. This is halfway. It's also the ending of the winter month though, so I'm just gonna kind of fill out this portion. But I really love this. It's so pretty. The floss just looks so good on the Antique White. I had originally purchased, I think, platinum for this one, but it was just a little bit too gray, and I'm so glad I ended up repurchasing because this is perfect. So I'm really happy with that. Love the way it's looking. And it's just a really fun one. It's also one of those ones that you like feel like you're not wasting any floss, because if you have like just a tiny little piece of thread left, you can go in and do like one of these really tiny little snowflakes and use up everything. So I really love that. I only needed 5 skeins of the color and cotton floss, which I feel like was pretty good. I had originally purchased 10 because I'm like an anxious buyer, I think. I overbuy the flosses thinking like that I'll need that much, and I really don't. The back of it, they used in their original only 5 skeins, but these are a little bit larger than your typical overdye. These are 8 yards, so they're comparable to DMC, but I did look up the called for floss, and that also is sold in an 8-yard skein, so that's how I knew I'd have enough. But that's been a fun one. The next project I worked on, this is, what is it called? Christmas at Hollyberry Farm. I'll pop a picture on the screen here. This is a Stacey Nash Primitives piece. I'm using a Gray Magic by Bestitch Me. It's a 36 count. I'm using the called for floss, technically. So the called for floss, she tells you that if she were to redo the pattern, she would have used a different color for the roof. So I did swap out to the color that she chose. And then I couldn't get my hands on the red that was called for, so I did go ahead and replace it with Cayenne from Weeks Dye Works, which I felt like was really comparable, just like a bright Christmas red. I also did omit the alphabet in this piece. So you'll see mine is a little bit different in the fact that the alphabet's not there. So typically underneath Merry Christmas here, or actually no, I think above Merry Christmas, there are 2 alphabets and I think a row of numbers. So I completed Christmas and I went in and did this little dog, got another little holly started, got a couple berries down here. I kind of skipped all over, and then I started deciding, well, let me just go ahead and get the house going. So I did some more fill-in on the roof line and then decided to go ahead and start outlining for the house. Just because, you know, fill-in stitching is nice and easy. And I did want to get a bit more projects that are in these easy fill-in stages. I think it looks great with this fabric, so definitely recommend. I'm not sure if it is one of her permanent lines though, because it was a fabric of the month. Yeah. Fabric of the month neutral club. I don't know what month it was, sorry. That is actually all of my cross stitching, but I do have a cross stitch acquisition, which is absolutely amazing. So if you're interested, stick around. This is Sampler Flowers Feed the Soul. I'm pretty sure I purchased this from, you know I purchased it from an Etsy shop, but I did go and try to find it to link it, and the shop is not there anymore. So my apologies. It is not a pattern you can get your hands on any longer. There is a chart that's very similar by Long Dog Samplers, I want to say. It's not exact. There's definitely different motifs. So no, this is not like a bootleg version of it. It is not an illegal copy or anything like that, because I know that someone will try to tell me it is. It is not. I think that this is one of the shops that maybe was a Russian shop that got shut down. I'm not 100% sure. But that's what I'm thinking it might have been. So my apologies, but you know, it's just pretty much a basic Quaker. It looks like a million other Quakers, and it's one that I've had in stash for a really long time. So I finally decided to kit it up. I had purchased this half yard of Atomic Ranch fabrics in Blue Ridge. This is a 40 count. It's just a beautiful blue fabric. I like to have a blue in stash just because it's a good neutral. It's kind of a neutral, but still a pop of color. And I really wanted something that was like a white floss on blue. So my friend Cam the Stitcher, she talks about this lady's shop quite frequently, Mo's Sale Silks. I'll link the Facebook group below because that's how you purchase from her. So there'll be a link in the down bar if you wanted to check her out. I am obsessed. All that to say, I just realized that the round robin project, I forgot to talk about it. I'll talk about it after this and I'll just re-clip it in. But anyways, all that to say, I ended up purchasing from her and I am so impressed. This is the color Platinum. I don't know if she does re-dyes or not. I think she does occasionally, but I got all of these skeins of silk for like less than 20 bucks, I want to say. Less than $20. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. And look at how, let me stand up. Look at how good that looks. You can't tell me anything. That looks amazing. I just love it. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. It's so shiny. It's so soft. It's not too shiny to where it looks like, I don't know, cheap, you know? But it's beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something that was like white but variegated at the same time, which is not really that easy. I mean, it is, but not at the same time. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with these. Definitely go check her out. I know that I think after her Black Friday, she takes a break until the new year. So go take a look, see if she's got anything left. I don't know if she does or not, but yeah, I'm obsessed. Go like the page at least and join it. It's a closed Facebook group, so at least, you know, go and join it, answer the questions to join, because I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, this is so pretty and it's worth it to be part of the group, because maybe one of these days you'll catch a, you know, you'll catch a floss that you really love and you'll have a beautiful floss for a monochromatic piece in your stash that was very affordable. So highly recommend, really fast shipping, easy to work with. She seems very, very nice, and just runs a quick, good little business off of Facebook. So I do have a round robin project I completely forgot about because I already mailed it off. And this is a round robin that I'm doing with my friends. I don't have it with me because I've already mailed it off, but I had Maddie from Kitty Stitch. You can find her over on Instagram as that, Kitty Stitch. And I'll link below all the girls that are in the round robin. So there'll just be a title that says round robin, and below it there'll be a bunch of tags. There's 7 of us in total, and knowing my pregnancy brain, I will forget someone. See, I already forgot the name of it. Hello from Liz Matthews, Quaker Garden. And this is Pink Tourmaline by Dinky Dyes, and then I cannot remember the name of the pink fabric. I'm so sorry. I'll have to put it on the screen because I think I must have it in a message somewhere or a picture. I think I took a picture. So it's a beautiful, beautiful pink on pink project. This is Cam's like pink on pink that she had done for her Beatrix Potter, and Maddie really loved it, so she decided to do it for a round robin. It was such a joy to stitch on. I finished it up pretty quickly just because it was so fun. Dinky Dyes are some of my favorite silks, so it's definitely one of those ones where I was eager to work on it. And now I actually have Cam's from Cam the Stitcher because she's in the round robin as well. So I have hers now, and I'm excited to get started on that one. But that is actually all of my cross stitch. I'm gonna move on into knitting because I have quite a bit of knitting to share. And I have a really exciting knitting finish. So for starters, I am wearing a hand knit sweater. I knit this out of a 100% wool yarn. Can't remember the name of it now. I want to say it's Loft by Woolen Folk or something like that, but I can't remember. And I'm not going to try to remember right now. My brain can't handle it. But I know it's an Espoir Co pattern that was free on Ravelry, so I'll link it below because I should be able to look at my library on Ravelry and find it. But yeah, it's just a really nice oversized wide sleeve sweater with twisted rib on the sleeves as well as on the neckline, and this is folded over double, so really warm, comfy. It's great for this time of year in Washington. I really enjoy it. So I have a few finished objects. I actually first have a couple of hats. My husband's already stolen them and worn them though, because I knit him hats every single winter. Every fall, winter, he raids my yarn stash, tells me I want these colors, and then if he can't find a color he wants, I'll order it for him online and knit him the hats. So I did finish 2 hats in the past 3 weeks. I finished this purple one, which he really likes the fit of, and he has worn just every single day since I finished it about a week ago. And then the week before that, I finished this kind of multicolored, variegated 100% wool hedgehog fibers yarn. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Hawk by Hedgehog Fibers. But yeah, he's worn both of them, loves them. It's his thing. And my other finish, I'm so excited, is my colorwork sweater. Look at it. It is so good. It's so good. I am actually gonna scoot you guys back a little bit. Okay, I've readjusted the camera so you're a little bit further away, but look at this sweater. It is just stunning. It is a beautiful, beautiful Scandinavian, really a Norwegian style sweater, and I absolutely love it. I'm so pleased with how it turned out. I think I knit the extra large size, and I knit it with Holst Super Soft held double. So that just means I held 2 strands of the white and 2 strands of the brown to give me the correct gauge. And I knit it on a US size 3 needle, but I'm obsessed. I have some pictures of myself wearing it. Mind you, I'm wearing it over a 6.5 month, so I'm in my 7th month of pregnancy. I'm wearing it over that size belly, so not the ideal fit I had in mind, but I just absolutely love it. I ended up doing a 3 needle bind off up here for the shoulders, so that was just an alteration I made for myself because I wanted to continue knitting in the round. So I steeped the armholes. If you're a knitter, you'll know what that means. And it just made it much, much simpler for me, and I machine sewed on the sleeves. But yeah, I just randomly picked up the sleeve and I like literally couldn't stop. So I decided to just go ahead and finish it. It's stunning, I love it. It looks like a gingerbread house and it makes me so happy. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about this piece. I cannot wait until next winter. I feel like it's gonna be that perfect oversized, super comfy, cozy look that I was going for. And I also wanted it to be big enough that in the future, you know, anyone in my family could wear this, men, women, whatever, anyone could wear it. And I do feel like I got that unisex size. So I'm really happy with that. But yeah, I just can't say enough good things. It's so pretty. And the whole Super Soft definitely did soften up a lot with washing and blocking. I definitely need to give it one more good block because I had blocked the sleeve after I finished it on its own, but now I think that I have it all sewn together. I just need to block it all together one last time, or I guess the first time, because it'd be the first time that both the sleeves are on it while I'm blocking it, but it's so pretty. It's my colorwork baby right now. I'm very proud of myself. And my next knitting project is just another hat for my husband. It's just a very deep, well, not super deep, it's kind of like a cherry Christmas red. Just a wool nylon blend that I got off of Webs. It's their house brand, and I just look up like, you know, sock weight yarn. And this is my own hat pattern that I created for my husband many years ago. So yeah. So my one other knitting project is a colorwork jacket. This is a jacket by Skein Knits. I'm gonna pop a picture of the pattern on the screen. I believe that this is pronounced Kosakofta. It is just a really pretty colorwork sweater, and I had these basic gray and black color scheme in mind, like very basic. And I do have cones of a nice slate gray as well as a nice black from Holst. So let me grab those. So here is my colors. This is Nougat, just a nice heathered gray. And then this is just black. It's just very, very solid black. But I really liked these colors together, and I've been kind of wanting something in this like basic color scheme for a while. And again, I want to knit these to an extra large or a 2XL because I want them to fit people over the next like generations of my family members. So I have like 2 buckets. This is how I do my color work. I have 2 acrylic buckets. One's holding my gray, one's holding my black. And I think I'm knitting what would be the 2XL, I think. I'm not really 100% sure. Because I don't do a gauge swatch for these, to be honest. I know that I like Holst held double, which is what I'm doing with this one, on a US 4 needle. I like that, so that's what I'm going with. And I cast it on like 260 something stitches. But I have the bottom of the jacket going. So this panel here that you're seeing is where I will cut up the fabric because you steek it. And this panel on the bottom that is no color work included actually gets folded up under and sewn down. So it kind of acts as a weight to make sure that there's no rolling of the fabric. But essentially I've gotten to the body repeats already. So this is the full bottom section. It's some light stitches, some little snowflakes, a different kind of snowflake with some little crosses, and then you're into the light stitches on the body. So yeah, I'm really liking this. It's gonna be very oversized. I just dropped a bunch of stitches. Let me just pick them all up. Honestly, for this one, I am a little bit worried that I might have picked a little bit too large of a size, but I have enough yarn and I really don't think there's any harm in making a sweater that's too large for me. I tend to like things oversized anyways, and since this is gonna be a jacket, Skein Knits herself, she has a version of it that she knit for herself, and I felt like hers was really oversized as well. And I know I've seen it on her YouTube channel because I love her channel. But yeah, I'm okay with it. Like I said, I can pass it along to someone else in my family if I need to, or I can just keep it and pass it along to the next generation of people in my family. Or this could be a man's jacket instead of being for me. So we'll see, because I think this size right now would probably fit my husband. My husband's a big guy, so yeah, we'll see. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's super cute. It's very Christmassy, but not being like too Christmassy in your face. It's just very winter, and that's what I wanted. I wanted something that, like, I could wear just over stuff, because pullovers are hard for me personally because I tend to run a little warm, especially while I'm pregnant. And so I'm not gonna want these huge colorwork sweaters that are, you know, whole super soft, 100% wool, held double, plus that all the floats caught on the back of the fabric. It's just so thick and warm. It's lightweight, like it's very light because this is one strand. See how fine that is? It's very fine. It definitely, when you wet block it, it blooms nicely, but it's just one of those things where it's still warm. But anywho, I really like it. I cannot wait to just block this part out so that I can stitch up the bottom, because I was thinking like, oh, I should sew this down before I film just so it's not covering up all of the color work. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm worried that if my stitches, which it's highly unlikely they will really change much just because of the nature of the wool, but I do still want to wet block it before I sew this panel down. But I love that idea. I love that she does that instead of ribbing. I think it looks really good. I'm just excited about it. I'm excited. It's gonna be so fun and pretty, and I really enjoy colorwork knitting. As you guys know, it's one of my favorites when it comes to knitting. I do realize I definitely have a need for a basic crew neck pullover in a cream color, much like what I'm wearing, as well as a black, but those are so boring to knit. It is so boring to knit. That I don't think I ever will knit them. I think I just need to invest in buying some, to be honest. But yeah, anywho, I'm just rambling at this point, but I am really excited about this project. It's been what I've been working on at night instead of stitching. So all the stitching that you saw is pretty much from like parent pickup and drop off with my daughter. And that's about it. But that's everything, really. Only other things to be would be life stuff. I don't have any new updates about the baby, so I just want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for all the prayers and all of the, you know, positive messages. We are definitely staying positive as we can right now, and that's all you can do. Just stay positive and pray for the best. So I want to thank you guys for praying or putting me into a prayer list at your guys' churches and things like that. It means a lot to me, so I really do appreciate it. And Thanksgiving just passed last weekend, or last week, I should say. So if you celebrate and you're in the States, I hope you had a beautiful Thanksgiving and then you got to spend time with some people that you love. And yeah, that's about it. Life's been pretty boring. Just work and being a mom. That's life, right? But anyways, that's everything this week. I will catch you guys next time. Hopefully before the end of December. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys very, very much. All right. Bye.